Hello friends, in today's video we are going to discuss about a very important topic that's present in society. It is about speaking in English, or in short it's also called the spoken English. Every person in society, be it a person from northern India, southern India, eastern India, western India or central India, and even apart from this, any person across any country and who is native to his or her own vernacular language has the intent and zeal to speak in English. So how should we learn the English speaking? So in this video we are going to discuss about the various very simple things which a student can learn in a very short span of time. Let's start from very simple thing. In English we have A to Z alphabets. So the alphabets, once they are joined, they make up words. Now once the words are joined, they make up the sentences. Now once we join these sentences, then we get the paragraphs. So once we get the paragraphs, automatically it becomes an essay, or it becomes a passage, or it becomes a comprehension. So this way, this very simple thing is very common in English also. So A to Z the alphabet, then they make the words and they make the sentences, and in flow and so on the passages or the comprehensions. Now I'll be taking my own example also, because I started speaking in English during my 6th grade. To be on the real track, it was the time when we started speaking in English. It was Hindi plus English in between, and sometimes the English also, Punjabi plus English, being native to Punjabi. So overall, what things benefited me, what things helped me out in learning the English speaking, and the other people in society, those who have learned from me also how to speak the English, all those things I'll be diving deeper into this video part. Okay, so let's start from very first one. So the very first one is to frame these sentences. So even if it's writing English or even if it's speaking English, we need to frame these sentences. So how these sentences are framed, going by the very basic sentence of English, it's the subject, verb and predicate. Every sentence has three things: subject, verb and the predicate or the object. So ultimately, while speaking these sentences, these things, they automatically come into the flow. And there are different types of sentences. Once you go by the writing skill, there are near about 6 to 7 types of sentences. But very important skill is to develop the habit of writing the simple plus the complex sentences. What are the concepts of simple and complex sentence? We'll try to cover it in some other part of the video. Okay. Now, the very first important thing that a person has to do at his or her own level is to do a lot of self practice approach. Now, what could be those things? Let me start from the very scratch. The sources that those could be followed from the very basic level. The very common book is Rapidex English Speaking Course. There is a very general book that's present in the society. You can get it in bilingual language also, Hindi to English, Punjabi to English, or in this way the regional levels languages also. Okay, so it has multiple chapters, and in each chapter there are sentences and their English translation is also given as per the requirement of the native language. So those things could be followed, because to a mature person who has crossed the school level and who is into the college level, it is really tedious to follow the grammar the way a student used to study in the school level. So how to have that short method approach to learn the grammatical skill also while framing the sentences. So this very source is really handy. Okay. The next one is to speak the mixed English, be it the English for Punjabi plus English students and English for Hindi plus English students, and the other ones going by the native areas. The next one is stand in front of mirror, and it's very common. Every person can try it. Stand in front of mirror, speak for 5 minutes with yourself. Talk about general things. You visit to a market, you visit to a relative, you visit to a friend, you visit to a religious place, you visit to watch a cinema, you visit to a playground, or this, because these things are very much common in our mindset, so we can express them very easily. So these could also be handy. And next one is to do a lot of read aloud practice. This is something that I have also followed, and I've taught number of students about this also. In English we have tongue twisters. You guys can check it online also. Peter Piper packed this line is there. So there are a number of tongue twisters are there. To a student who is not having good skill of understanding English, those students can follow the tongue twisters first, then they can follow the read aloud practice. What is the read aloud? Take some English lines, near about 5 to 6 lines. Read those lines very fast and very loudly, and on daily basis. Try it at least 6 to 7 times. Okay, so this way you will feel that there is a lot of difference in your flow of speaking. So you can do a lot of reader note practice from the newspapers also, from English newspaper, opinion articles. There are a number of newspapers which is present in the society. Let me take few important names. The very first one is The Hindu, second is The Tribune, and the next one is the Indian Express. So if you follow these newspapers very thoroughly, because there are a lot of UPSC aspirants, those who prepare for the competitive exam, they have to follow the Hindu newspaper. So gradually it becomes easy to develop this very habit of speaking English also and reading lot of articles. Next one series comes, what are the other things which a student can follow in the self-practice approach? One is watch English podcasts. On social media, YouTube channel, there are a number of interactions which are present in the video form. So those could be followed. Then next is to listen to the English songs. Now it also varies from student to student. If you are habitual, if you have the interest in listening to the English songs, then you can follow this also. Next is watch Hollywood movies. Those are dubbed also, because the dubbing part is really helpful. Once a dialogue is present on the screen, bottom line is there, which is highlighted in English sentence. Automatically, that is a dialogue of the actor also. So it will develop the fast comprehending skill also. So these are the things which a student can follow in the self-practice part. Proceeding further, the people those who are having the interest of watching cricket match, because I had it and I have it right now also, and this was really handy. Repeat the cricket match commentary, the lines which are spoken by the commentators, the words. Okay, so the lines, the words which are uttered by the commentators, those could be copied also by sitting inside a room by holding a pen like a mic. So that will be really handy. Next one comes the at least think 90% of the day in English everywhere. The moment you step out from the home for the work, for student, for the studies part, for the college or the school, they can think everything in English and it will be really handy. Next in series comes communicate in English with your peers, brothers and sisters and the parents. See, in modern society, every person who is a 12th grade pass out understands the English. So you can develop that aura in the environment by speaking yourself. You have to be a catalyst. You have to be an initiator. Then only it will be helpful. Okay. So this is also going to be really helpful. Next is speak more with unknown people in English, because this is really going to develop your confidence. The more you speak in English in front of the unknown people, whenever you get a chance, so it will definitely develop your confidence of speaking in English. Next is write one paragraph in English, and see, this is something that will be handy for the students at the school level and the people those who are in the professional life. They should develop the writing skill also side by side in English, and they should write at least one para. Take a notebook there, they can write down daily one paragraph. It could be anything, it could be any topic about the society, or it could be daily diary writing also. Okay, it could be a topic about as per the interest of an individual. It could be about a cricket, it could be about a Hollywood actor, Bollywood actor, then cricket player, hockey player, that way. So as per the interest, the main thing is that student must develop the habit of writing the paragraphs and those sentences. So automatically student will get to know about the grammatical mistakes, because ultimately these are those mistakes which need thorough understanding and the thorough evaluation. Okay. So now how a student who is new to English can evaluate the grammatical mistakes also. So the student can, whatever, suppose a student has taken a topic from general life, World Cup cricket match. So after watching the whole cricket match, the person can write down from the very beginning till the end what happened in the cricket match and the winner team, the best players, and that way whatever experience was there. After writing the whole paragraph, it could be 20 lines or 30 lines, or it could be 2 to 3 paragraphs. Then student can type this very paragraph on a web portal website called grammarly.com. I can repeat the name, grammarly.com. So there, once you will type it, so your grammatical mistakes, they will be underlined, and the right hand sentence will be available on the screen also. So then you can write down in point format what are the exact sentences. See, if you go by the grammatical issues, many students will have the issues in the pronouns. Let me talk about the parts of speech: noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, conjunctions, prepositions, models, and that way. Then we have articles apart from parts of speech, A, and D. Then we have tenses, past, present, and future. So these things overall they encapsulate the grammar. So many students will have issues in prepositions, many students will have issues in the tenses, the forms of words they are using. So those will be evaluated gradually with the passage of time. So ultimately, before embarking onto the journey of developing the reading and writing skill of English, the person can start these things at very basic level, and after 2 months of practicing these things, then the student will have a lot of confidence. Then the person can proceed towards the higher level of English learning. So these were my own personal experience oriented traits also, and some of the things which I've observed in society, and I hope this will definitely help out many students in society. Thank you for watching.